Hello, friends.
This is Kay Hurai, and sorry about my messy desktop. It's really, really messy because I've been just going like crazy practicing how to making a cute little Halloween doll, a paper doll. Isn't she cute? My God, I'm gonna have to give her a name. What do you think her name should be? Maybe Samantha? Not sure, but she is the cutest little thing, isn't she? And I showed you how to make um, little paper dolls before. Remember these two we made? These two are really cute too. And so I had I've been looking at these two for a little inspiration on how to make my Halloween doll. So here we are. We'll put those two aside and we'll figure out how to make this little doll. And to do this, I did buy some little pieces from Michael's. And yeah, I don't know what happens to the rest of them, but I did buy little decorations. And then you need to have little brads to attach the hands and legs to the body. And these are, it's called Recollections. Brads attaches, I can't pronounce the rest. Brads, what is there's 100 pieces of little tiny little brads in here. So we'll use these. I was happy to have found those. And I don't know why I bought this. I thought this was really cute. So I bought that. And I was thinking, well, I was wondering if I should put this on top of her hat like this. And that makes her really cute too. Or you could attach them wherever you want to make her um kind of bring the effect out on her. I'm not sure exactly where that should go, but maybe on top of her hat. It's cute. And the last thing I bought was cupcake liners. And I thought maybe I'll just take a couple of these cupcake liners out and maybe first I'll kind of cut it out. And what I did was I just put a hole in the center and I went around and that's just about all the tools or the little decorations you need. And I'm going to try this one too and just cut that little circle out the bottom of the cupcakes. Now, this has been just a pure experiment with me, and I really had no idea, but I kind of just bought some things that I thought might be real helpful that looked Halloween. Okay, so we'll leave these alone. And then, of course, the watercolor paints. And then I sent you a template, right? So if you printed your template out, it looks like this. And I copied the template onto this. And I have you could do it with a black carbon paper, or little, I have this little tracer board. And when you click on it, it bright lightens up. And this is a wonderful thing because you can put this on the bottom and then you could put another piece of paper on top and everything shows through just wonderfully. Let me try this. See how it shows through, no matter what I put on top? And so this is a wonderful thing to have if you want to copy really quickly, but you don't have to have it. You could do carbon paper, you could do um, window pane or whatever you want to do. Okay, so that's basically what I did. So when I copied it, I have this little template that came out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paint it. And so the face of this little doll, what color should I paint it? Let me see if I have any. I think I'm going to do the face first. And I want to find some kind of a mint green watercolor. And I don't seem to have it in here. Oh, maybe I do. Hmm. What kind of- Let's try, let's try just the green and see what that would be like. I think that would be good. Just a plain kind of a mint green color. And I'm going to maybe add just a little bit of white gouache. I'm just going to have this little white gouache on the side, just in case I'm going to mix that in, because it does make the colors more opaque. Just put a little bit of that in it. It makes your face a little bit whiter looking. It's white. All right, let's try it this way and see. So I'm just going to start out with our neck. Isn't that weird? You're going to put green face onto this doll. Here's her neck. And then I'm going to go around her face. And just kind of avoid her eyes and mouth. I think everything else you could just paint over it. But and again, I want to tell you, don't make you have to have enough water on your brush, but don't make it really, really wet because unless you want to take the finished pieces and sandwich it in between something to flatten it out. But sometimes when you use too much water, your pieces may kind of curl up. So I'm just trying not to put on, I might have enough water on here, but I'm not going to go overboard with the water. This is a nice color. I like it. I really like adding a little bit of the white gouache paint because it does make the color more opaque and it looks a little bit more like, it makes the color more, oh, kind of look more like acrylic paints when you do this. Okay, here's her face. Green. And then, you know, her hands, arms and hands, I was going to make it with a black and white stripe, but I don't think I'm going to. And this one, I didn't do it. This one I made her hands just plain green. So I think I'm just gonna go do that because somehow it might be too much with too many black and white stripes. I don't want to take it away from her. So take some of that. I'm going to paint her hands. And then I'm gonna mix a little bit more of the green. I think her legs, I made her stockings just black and white. But what do you think? Do you think it would look good with it, some green in here? I'm not sure. Let me just try a little bit right here. I think maybe a little bit of color would be nice. So it doesn't have to be a lot. And again, I'm gonna mix the white with the green. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do this part green and see what happens. You know, this is a really cute little paper doll that you could give as a gift right at Halloween. It just looks very different than the typical Halloween cards, right? And that's what I'm always into, is coming up with something that's different than what people normally give. And this will do the job. If somebody opens the envelope with this little paper doll in it, oh my goodness, they'll be so surprised. So why don't you make one and send it for Halloween? Okay, there's a green. Now I'm going to do the dress. And I'm going to get a brush that's a little bit bigger. This is just a little bit too small for me. I want to, maybe I'll take this number 6 brush and I'm going to make her dress black. So I have this black. You know, I bought this paint because it's just a little tub of black. And I really love it because, you know, black is so handy to have right around this, you know, right next to you instead of looking for it. And I always have this little tub of black right next to me. So I could use it for if I just want to dab into a little bit of black. It comes in very handy for me. I gotta get these edges down here. And I do have to put quite a bit of water in here because when you do a large section like this, it's very hard to get the paint to spread out unless you have some water on here. And you don't have to be so careful towards the bottom because it's not gonna show anyways. It's gonna be covered by a cupcake cup. Skirt made from cupcake cups. Liners, sorry. It was really fun to assemble the products to make this because I really had no idea how I was going to do this. So I just went to Michael's and looked around in their Halloween section. And I just picked up a few things that I saw. And I'm glad I was able to use them. Sometimes you pick up items and you think, oh my God, I made a mistake. This doesn't work. And I have a feeling that on my doll, I shortened the skirt a little bit because I just thought that it was too much. Let me check. See, I did the skirt. Yep. I cut this off a little bit more, like by 1/2 inch in the bottom, because I thought it was a better proportion. So you should do that, try that too, unless you want your doll to be longer. So here's my little black dress, and then I need to have her have orange hair or red hair, any kind of hair you like. And let me see if I could find a brush. Hmm. Ideally, I would like to use a square tip brush, but this brush here, I'm not sure if this is good or not. I'm going to try it. I think I ruined this brush by, that brush doesn't seem good. I'm not really good about taking care of my brushes, so I don't always find the kind of brush that I'm looking for. Mm, I wonder if this will do it. I really would like to find a little, we'll see. Maybe this will do it. I have some bright orange paint here that came from the same brand. So I think I'm going to use the orange from here. These are called Kuretake paint. It's a Japanese paint and it's very opaque. It's not quite as watery as some of the other watercolors I have. This is where I get a little nervous going around the face. I'm just wondering if I could just go around her face with a fine tip brush first. When you're painting these very delicate areas, it's funny how you have to stare at them so hard that all of a sudden your eyes get real blurry. Yeah, this fine tip did the trick getting in here. Maybe this is a brush that I should use. Oh, what a fiery orange. See what I mean about these paints? They're very opaque. It almost kind of feels like it's gouache paint. It's still watercolor paint, but it says it's watercolor, so I'm gonna take their word for it. And let me see if I could take this flat tip brush and kind of go around the edges in one scoop. And just turn your paper around. See, this is where this kind of a brush comes in real handy for if you want to paint a larger area without a lot of strokes. You could just go in just one stroke and it paints a pretty clear outline. There you go. And I think I'm going to now going back to the black again. And I'm going to paint this little booty here. Mhm. There. And let's see if we can do this. This is just a little tedious to do, but it's okay. It'll give you a lot of practice in painting fine areas, small areas. So just take your fine brush and then make your outline. Ah, I messed up. So this, I'm just gonna have to make this one a little bit thicker. So if you mess up, don't worry. It'll still be fine. I messed up again. But you'll see that when it's finished, it really doesn't show up. Okay, now the very top. And this part will be hidden under the skirt, so you're not gonna be able to really see it. But I just want to paint it black anyways. It's crooked, but it's okay. Oh my goodness, the orange hair is being blurring out all over. You have to be so careful when you're painting over other things. Oh gee, my hands. I'm just gonna put this Kleenex right here. I should have done that to begin with. But I get so excited in trying to do the next steps that I just forget about these things, to protect the work that you've already done. Okay. And then, what else should I do next? Okay, then next comes her hat. Uh, again, hit it with the black. For Halloween, you do need a lot of black. And my brush is wet, so I don't want to just stain one section. That's the reason why I'm kind of going all over. Spread the water around first. And now it's not wet enough. So I'm just gonna put a little water on here and just kind of go around. And There we go. And for her nose, I'm just gonna take a little bit brighter green and the same green. I'm gonna take that same green and add just a little bit of the darker green that's right next to it here. And I'm just going to paint her nose. Oh no, I just have to make her nose wider. And let me see. Eyebrows. I really want to, I have some pink here, bright pink. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on there. And I want to make her eyebrows. Pink. We have to make her look really scary, you know? But I want to have her look scary, but I'm using real interesting colors so she doesn't look so scary. If I did her eyebrows black, she would look like a little witch girl. That's how they're supposed to look. But putting something like this bright pink in here just adds a little contemporary look to her face. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then her eyes, inside her eyes, I do want her eyes to look, the white of her eyes, I want it to really show up. So I'm going to take a little tiny brush and a little tiny brush like this. And I'm going to take my Dr. Martin's Bleed Proof White. And I'm just going to add wants to make eyeball. Oh, let's see, eyes white. Well, my brush is not very good. It's all. I don't know if it would make any difference or not, but so that part's painted white. And I'm just gonna kind of do a little dab to her teeth. Okay. Oh my goodness, this brush had a little bit of black on it that I didn't really wash off the last time. This is terrible. No wonder my white came out kind of dirty color. Oh well. And I think I'm going to give her little pink cheeks. There. Now, let me see what parts are dry. I think the dress is the simplest part to cut out, so I'm gonna cut out the dress. And remember I told you I'm making this dress shorter, so I'm going to cut it shorter. Let's just cut around it so it's easy to cut out. Here's the dress. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the dress out. Okay, here's the dress. And then I think the next one I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out her legs. Her face is still wet. And actually her legs are kind of wet too. Let me see if I can plug this little dryer in here and dry it up a little bit. I already have it plugged in. So I'm gonna bring this. And you can do this with a hair dryer or whatever you like, but and some of these areas are like the boots, I would like to see them in a little bit darker black. So I'm going to redo those once I'm finished with the doll. Then you could see what else needs to be redone, and you could go ahead and do finishing touches at the last minute. But if you think it's okay the way it is, just leave it. Okay, here's her boots. The pointed toes. I think it'll be very easy to make this for you because the templates are here and you really can't go wrong if you use the templates, right? So it just takes a little bit of time. So find some time that you could sit at your craft table. Okay, where did my dress go? Yeah. Here's the, oh, here it is. So what I'm gonna do is first, before I put anything on, I'm going to put her feet on. Okay, like that. And so I'm just gonna take a, I don't know, this is like a light blue. So I'm just gonna kind of check to see where her legs should be. So it's gonna be, put the legs right here. And then I'm gonna put a mark right there. And then I'm going to take a, I have something like this. I'm not sure if you have anything that's kind of sharp. And I don't know where I got this, but I've had this for a long time and it really comes in handy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a hole here. And I'm gonna put a hole right there. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna put a hole right here. And then I'm going to put that in the front and kind of see if it's gonna match. I could put it behind, but I think I'm gonna put it in the front because okay. Now I'm gonna take one of these little brads and I'm gonna put it through. And I'm going to just go ahead and press it. There's one leg. Now I want to do the another leg. So I'm going to make a hole here. And let me see this. What about here? I'm gonna just do it together. There we go. There's the other leg. And it looks okay to me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get another little brad and put it in. There. There. Now, the next thing I'm gonna do is, I think I'm going to put the little skirt on. And let me see. Let me see how this will do. Okay, that seems to fit good. Now I need a tape. Where is my little tiny tape? Let's see if this one will work. Let me try this. Hmm. Okay. Let me see where this will go. Face around. Okay, here's the bottom skirt. Tape it, just press it in really good. Now I'm gonna take the next one. I'm just guessing. I'm not really sure where it's gonna go. Okay. Now I think I'm just going to cut this in and cut this in just a little bit. The top. And then I'm just gonna put it right about, let me see, right about, we'll bring it to the top more. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it all the way to the top, right about there. And then I have to cut this in a little bit more. There we go. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and lay it right there. There, isn't that cute? She has a little dress on. And then now we're going to do the arms. Let me see, just a minute, before we do the arms, is her face dry? Let me see if her face is dry. And let me see if we could draw a little eyes. I'm just using a little brush pen. But you could use a ballpoint pen, or you could use any kind of pen that you have that's black. I just like using this kind of pen, but. And I think I'm gonna give her a little bit of eyelashes. And then I think I'm gonna outline her mouth. and teeth, little teeth. There she goes. And then inside her mouth, I'm going to I'm gonna get some kind of a, it really doesn't matter. I have some kind of a rose colored red, and I'm gonna try that color for inside of her mouth. And you know what? If you don't feel like you could do it with a paint because there's a lot of fine work in here, go ahead and you could actually use a colored pencil or one of your marker pens. Try that. Because sometimes it's, for some people it's hard to do these real fine areas. So, but I just do it because I like to practice. Okay, so her face is done. So let me see. I'm gonna take this large. Take her arm. Wow, these large scissors are very easy to use on something like this because it cuts in one sweeping stroke. Okay. And there we go. Now we're ready to put the arms on, and her arms will be like this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little mark right here. Oh wow, is her arm long? Her arms looks too long, doesn't it? So I'm gonna put this in a little further. I'm gonna cut this up just a little bit smaller because I think her arms looks too long. So take your template and they're not perfect. So to me, her arms look kind of fat on top. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I actually hmm, like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and while I have it, I'm just gonna go ahead and put a line, see where it is. If I did this, where would I land up? Okay, right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a little brad right there. Mm, there. Okay, there's one arm. And the second arm, I just have to kind of place it to make sure that it's okay. Here's the second arm. Okay, so it came through. There. Now look at it. You could now see her body. Now comes the final part. And see how her face would fit on here. This is so much fun. I love making these little dolls. It's not anything that you do every day, but these are so cute for the holidays. I mean, you could even make a Christmas one too. Okay, here's her head, and here it is. She has a little bit of a neck. I think it's nice to give her a little bit of a neck. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put another little bracket right here. And put that in. Yay, there she is. So cute. Look at her. Now the one last thing here that we have to pin on is her hat. Hat. I love making these little funny things. I just think that they're so cute. Wow, look at that. Okay, here's a little hat. And then let me see what I have here. Do I have something cute that I could put on here? Or should I put this on there? I don't know. I'm gonna either put this or this. I'm not sure, but I'm not gonna do it now because I have to. Cut this way and see if I could do something cute here. I don't think I need all that. I'm just gonna twist it around here like this. And that's it. Don't have to do anything. Oh, and there's one more thing I want to do. And this, she looks very cute this way, but I have this little net. This little net ribbon that I have from last Halloween. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tie this around her center, around her waist. Just give her a little bit more dimension. And I'm just gonna tie this around her waist. Isn't this cute? Just tie it on like she has a little sachet belt. There she is. Isn't she lovely? Look at this little doll. And I just might go in and just paint her boots a little darker. So it just, with a very dark look. Oh my God, I love her. She is so cute, but yet so wicked. There she is. Lovely, lovely. I hope you'll make it. You definitely need to make this. This is so cute. It will probably take you about 45 minutes to make one once you get going on it. But look how cute this is. Is there somebody in your life that would just love to get this little doll for Halloween? Get it in the mail? I love it. I love it. Close. I'll put it down here. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. And please make one of these little dolls, okay? Thank you.